Welcome to Truth by Billie Beene. Today's date, June 9, 2025. Time in Texas is about 4 p.m. So we have verification from Hal Turner that the U.S. military, the Marines, have deployed to Los Angeles, a full battalion, about 500, from the 29th Palms location in California. Seen over Los Angeles right now are armed military helicopters flying between skyscrapers below rooftop level. President Trump is putting forth a show of force, definitely, and it's believed that President Trump has the legal authority to do this. In view of a rebellion going on that is not controlled by the state of California. President Trump has also federalized 2,000 National Guard in California that are also going to Los Angeles. Now, President Trump, under the Insurrection Act, can fully activate all parts of the U.S. military, with exceptions to the posse comitatus. The Insurrection Act was enacted in 1807. The president has the full authority, once the Insurrection Act is put in place, to deploy all of the U.S. military and federalize the National Guard to settle civil disorder, rebellion against the federal government, and this provides exceptions to the posse comitatus law. Before the president can enact the Insurrection Act, in other words, he signs it to be put in place, before that happens, he must make a public intent to do so. He must also formally order the combatants. In this case, we have paid protesters and illegals. He must formally order these individuals to disperse and stop engaging in civil unrest. Under the Insurrection Act of 1807, the U.S. military law, then the U.S. military enters a status of homeland defense. It provides constitutionally for the exception for the U.S. military to engage in certain actions inside on U.S. soil, and gives them exception to the posse comitatus law. So that's going on. Now, I find it curious that one of the recently identified traitors, according to the intel that Martin Armstrong had, when that recent attack, June 1, by Ukraine on the part of the nuclear triad of Russia, that we had certain traitors now being identified and intel provided inside Ukraine, engaging in what appears to be treasonous acts against the United States of America. That's Lindsey Graham and Dick Blumenthal, Mike Pompeo, who knew about the attack before it happened, while President Trump, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, and President Trump's team did not have foreknowledge. Now, I believe the Dems recognized that at some point in time, President Trump could sign into enactment of the Insurrection Act. And in 2020, Dick Blumenthal, now one of the identified traitors to America, tried to put a law in place to take down the presidential authority to put forth the Insurrection Act. Well, it was introduced in the House, but never went on to the Senate nor for presidential signature. It's believed the American people would never tolerate that. And we have this also, that yesterday, I believe, Israeli News Live interviewed DEVORAH TAVARES, who brought out Congress in 2024 put forth a national blueprint for biodefense of the United States, and in that document and related documents put forth the possibility that America could be hit by bioweapons on July 4, 2025. But hey, let's not tell the American people. Now, that recent word from the Lord that Larry Taylor had with regard to the Civil War movie, possibly a foretelling of something to occur in the United States of America, I interpreted that Civil War. Another movie the Lord brought forth was Angel Has Fallen, which related to a drone attack impacting the President of the United States. We saw that happen June 1 when Ukraine attacked Russia, part of their nuclear triad, their planes with drones. I interpret the Civil War movie to be about the use of directed energy weapons. I was also getting from the Lord chemicals, and now I believe that relates to this information coming out by DEVORAH TAVARES, that Congress in 2024 put forth a blueprint for what is the United States going to do when it's hit by bioweapons. And I find it peculiar that a specific date was included in that 2024 document of July 4, 2025. Now, I believe we saw that last attack by Ukraine on Russia's triad, code-named Operation Spiderweb. I believe that, and I'm hearing something about an Operation Turnstile, which I believe may be related to the use of bioweapons and other chemical weapons on the U.S., possibly being ignited by directed energy weapons. So it's good to know what to pray against. But for sure, President Trump is stepping up to the plate to protect the homeland and is federalizing National Guard in California, 2,000, to be available in Los Angeles up to 60 days. He also this afternoon deployed 500 Marines from 29 Palms who are now engaging in Los Angeles in armed helicopters. So this concludes my flash. It's good to be in prayer for America, President Trump, the U.S. military, and world peace. I love you, and I'll see you soon.